Capricorn, I'm going to talk to you straight and steady, the way you prefer. September is not a reset, it's a reveal. If you only keep one sentence from this whole thing, let it be this. Your power this month isn't in pushing harder, it's in choosing cleaner. The sky sets a clear stage, and you're standing at the intersection of money and meaning, home and career, truth and delivery. Two eclipses shake the ground under decisions you can no longer postpone. Mercury runs hot and makes words and paperwork move faster than usual. Mars climbs to the top of your chart and puts heat under your reputation and leadership. Venus dives into the intimacy room and softens talks about trust and shared money. The Sun steps into your beliefs and long-range purpose and asks for a map, not a mood. Uranus turns inward in the room of joy, creativity, and romance and rewires how you play so it actually fuels you. I'll walk you through what's happening, what it means for your choices, and exactly what to do on the days that bend the rest of your month. I'll keep the language simple. I'll keep the steps practical. I'll focus on what matters to a Capricorn, results you can stand behind. Let's set the temperature. September 3rd to September 30th. Mercury is combust, too close to the Sun, so the messenger runs hot. Early month, Mercury burns through Leo, which for you is the deep room, shared resources, loans, taxes, insurance, inheritances, debt, investments, legal knots, and the honest, emotional work that lives under money. Picture a very fast clerk moving through a bank vault and a therapist's office at the same time. Paperwork speeds up, disclosures surface, and complex topics suddenly make sense. The gift is clarity under heat. The risk is speed without safeguards. The rule that saves you again and again is boring and perfect. Numbers in writing, promises in writing, timelines in writing. And never decide big money stuff when you're hungry, angry, or tired. Keep emails short. Title documents clearly. Use received, reviewing, reply by X often. That alone prevents most fires. Circle September 13. The Sun and Mercury meet at the same degree in Leo. That's a Kazemi, your spotlight in the vault, and it drops a sharp insight about a budget. A contract clause, a tax step, a loan, an inheritance matter, a subscription pile you forgot to prune, or a pattern in intimacy that drives your money choices. The download is obvious once you hear it. Write it down. Make one small correction the same day while the light is bright. Adjust a split. Cancel a leak. Flag a clause. Send a concise "here are the terms I can accept" note. Tiny action, big ripple. 2 days later, September 15, Mercury slides into Virgo and stays combust there to month's end. Virgo is your 9th house, beliefs and big picture direction, higher learning, mentorship, legal matters, publishing, visas, far travel, and the story that gives your work meaning. Translation, forms, applications, pitches, itineraries, syllabi, contracts, and public words move fast. Carry farther and stick. Deliver clear timelines. Read every form twice. Ask clarifying questions in one sentence at a time. Assume people will quote you. That assumption makes your language cleaner and your impact stronger. Promise less, deliver better. If you're building a course, finishing a book, shaping a keynote, or polishing a case study, make daily blocks small and sacred. Not when I have time, when the clock says. Now the first peak, the lunar eclipse on September 7th to 8th. It lands on your Aquarius-Leo axis. Aquarius says, my money, my voice, my values. And this faces Leo, which says, our money, our trust, our repair. Eclipses prefer truth over noise. If there's a pay gap, you'll feel out of patience. If you're underpricing, your body will push you to stop. If partnership agreements are fuzzy, bills, profit splits, loan responsibility, the fuzz turns to friction, so you'll write a real deal. If you've been carrying private fear about money in silence, your nervous system may say enough, and that's your cue to ask for help. From a pro, from a partner, from the friend who loves spreadsheets. What to do in the eclipse window? Pause big purchases. Settle outstanding in or out cash. Say your rate out loud to the relevant person. And pick exactly one money habit you'll keep for the rest of the year. Examples: Sunday money check for 30 minutes. All invoices sent within 24 hours. Automatic savings the day income lands. Subscriptions reviewed on the 1st. This eclipse isn't punishing you. It's making your values louder than your fears. Say it in your own words. My value is not my balance. Then live like you believe it. Now your hinge sequence. September 13 delivers that Kazemi insight. That evening, Mars moves into Libra, right to the top of your chart. Career, reputation, leadership, public role. Imagine your engine stepping onto a lit stage. The room sees you. You feel the push to act. Healthy expressions. Take a clean lead on a project. Ask for accountability. Set timelines you can defend. Clean up a process. Choose a visible problem and fix it. Risky expressions. Fight battles that aren't yours. Get dragged into politics you don't need. Expect everyone to move at your pace. Mars in Libra wins with backbone and diplomacy. Right roles, set deadlines, say we often, and still own decisive moments with I'll decide and report back. And because Pluto spends the month retrograde in Capricorn, your sign, the deep contract lawyer in your chart sits in the front row while you lead. That's not pressure to be perfect. It's an invitation to let your public actions match your private code. If a move would make you proud in a year, it's a yes. If it would make you hide, it's a no. September 15 is a split screen with two gifts. Venus enters Leo and pours warmth on your intimacy and shared money room. Charm and ease return to hard conversations. Paperwork unsticks. A partner's income news softens pressure. Refinancing, insurance updates, wills, estate basics. These talks go better when you lead with kindness and show your math. Keep promises small and clean. Say thank you without a but. The same day, Mercury takes the combust torch to Virgo, where your public words, plans, and legal learning logistics want precision and pace. If you're launching, ask a trusted brain to review language for clarity. If you're studying, set a steady cadence you'd enforce for a teammate. If you're traveling, plan backups and print the details that matter. September 17th, the Sun joins Mercury in Virgo and lights up your message and meaning. Across the sky, Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde in Pisces stare back from your 3rd house. Daily words, short trips, skills, your local world, sibling and neighbor dynamics, and your inbox. That opposition is the month's most useful seesaw for you. The 9th house Sun and Mercury say, speak big, teach, publish, point to the horizon, while Saturn and Neptune say, make your daily words simple, your tone kind, your roots human. The grown-up Capricorn expression is powerful. Big ideas carried by plain sentences that a busy person can use today. If you commute, let the trip teach or rest you. Don't feed your anxiety. If you write, cut fluff. If a sibling conversation needs repair, pick one topic and bring one solution, not 10 complaints. If a neighbor boundary needs setting, choose 4 sentences and a follow-up date. You'll like how capable you feel when ideas meet details without drama. Pause for emotional weather. Because it's real. 3 tides matter. First tide, September 7th to 8th, around the lunar eclipse. Feelings about money, safety, and voice swing wider. Treat those days like wet roads. Slow turns, no sudden acceleration, traction over speed. Second tide, September 12th to 14th. The moon moves through Taurus where it's strongest. For you, that's joy, creativity, romance, children, the art of making things. Stability returns. Use it to make something small and real. Schedule a date you'll enjoy, or give a child your full attention with your phone away. It fills the battery more than you expect. Third tide, September 26 to 28. The moon moves through Scorpio where it's least comfortable. For you, that's friends, groups, networks, hopes, and plans. Expect lower patience for group chatter and louder stings if you feel left out. Choose fewer people and deeper time. Do not take your worth to a comment section. Fold laundry with music. You'll feel better in an hour. One more weather note. September 20th to 23rd. The moon is under the beams, combust, overlapping the solar eclipse. Plan soft evenings, warm food, less caffeine late, earlier sleep, no high-stakes fights at night. That window is not a test of character. It's a dimmer switch for your nervous system. Let it dim. Uranus turns retrograde September 6th in Taurus, your 5th house. Creativity, romance, children, side projects, risk that feels like play. When Uranus is direct, surprises arrive from outside. A new brief, a sudden crush, a child's schedule flip. When Uranus turns inward, the surprise is you. Taste shifts, tools change, routines refresh. Play becomes permission instead of performance. This is the electrician rewiring fun, so it stops tripping the circuit. Move a piano or a craft table to a room you actually walk through. Replace a Distracto app with a notebook that gives you back time. Take your kid to the park with no phone and watch 20 minutes stretch into something honest. Ditch last-minute plans that wreck sleep. Trade adrenaline dates for curiosity dates. Small upgrades, big current. That's the point. Jupiter spends September in Gemini, your 6th house. Work, routines, coworkers, workflows, health, pets, the engine room. Jupiter is the coach and it's generous. The message, it's not to do more. It's to do better in a way your body can carry. Learn the tool that saves you hours. Hire or trade for help if you can. Make it safe to ask questions and admit mistakes on your team. Job leads, helpful people, smoother processes, respond to honest effort all month. Pair Jupiter's lift with the simplest basics. Water, sunlight, short walks, regular meals, a work block timer, 5 minutes of breath when your jaw tightens. It's not a poster. It's fuel for the push Mars will ask for in your career zone. Pluto retrograde stays in Capricorn, your sign. That's why costumes itch and old titles feel heavy. Pluto wants the real shape of you at the table. Drop roles that keep you small. Let identity cracks air out. Pair that with Mars in your 10th and you get a clean directive. Lead as the person you're becoming, not the person people remember. You'll be tempted to haul yesterday's fights into today's rooms. Don't. Let results speak. Let your calendar prove your values. Let your sleep prove your priorities. That's what power looks like this month. Second peak, the solar eclipse September 21st to 22nd in Virgo. The sun and moon shoulder to shoulder with Mercury, facing Saturn and Neptune retrograde in Pisces. If the lunar eclipse asked, "Are your values real in your money life?" This one asks, "Do your daily words and routes match your bigger promise?" For you, the 9th to 3rd axis is huge. The Virgo room is beliefs, guilds of knowledge, legal tracks, publishing, spiritual compass, teachers and students. Long-range path. The Pisces room across the way is daily message, inbox hygiene, commute, neighbors, siblings, skill practice, the rituals that carry the week. On this eclipse, pick 3 small structures that hold your larger truth and commit like a contract. One rule for time, no calls after dinner, or 45-minute focus blocks with 10-minute breaks, or meeting-free mornings Monday and Wednesday, or Friday planning hour before sign-off. One habit for learning, read 20 minutes each morning, or 1 lecture per week, or notes reviewed every Tuesday, or 1 practice rep daily. One boundary for communications or commute. No phone in bed, or email batch at 10 and 3 only, or I walk to get coffee without AirPods, or I don't text when I'm tired and mad. Don't give a speech. Install defaults. Make them simple. Make them repeatable. If travel or legal processes are in motion, dates may shuffle. Keep paperwork tight, backups ready, tone steady. And remember, productivity is not worth. Rest is not the opposite of achievement. It's the floor that lets achievement stand up. Rahu in Ketu keep the background currents steady. Rahu in Aquarius, Ketu in Leo. Rahu pulls you to speak cleanly about money and value, to charge fairly, to let people know what they can count on. Ketu asks you to drop drama around what you share. Less secrecy, fewer power plays, more honest math and clearer agreements. The eclipses light this axis, so 2 or 3 clean money rules now will give you a calm you haven't felt in a while. Because you appreciate steps, here's a date-by-date conversion into moves you can make immediately. Around September 3rd, with Mercury getting hot in shared money, audit 3 recurring charges and cancel at least 1. If you can, write a 1-page shared money map with whoever needs to see it. What comes in, what goes out, who owns what, when you review. September 6th, Uranus turns inward. Choose one joy upgrade, a tool, a space tweak, or a repeating time block, and install it. September 7th to 8th, Lunar Eclipse. Send 1 invoice, pay 1 bill, write 1 sentence about the value you bring that has nothing to do with numbers, and put it on your wall. September 13th, Kazemi. Turn the clearest insight about trust or money into a 1-line policy and share it with the person who needs to hear it. That evening, with Mars entering your career zone, write the 1 project you want to be known for by year's end and the first 3 actions that move it now. September 15th, Venus warms the intimacy room and Mercury enters the belief room. File 2 forms you've delayed and schedule a kinder money or boundaries talk. 1 page, specific, no blame. September 17th, Sun enters Virgo. Update your bio, your tagline, or your about page with the sentence that represents you now. September 20th to 23rd, low energy window. Say no to late night drains. Eat warm, sleep early. September 21st, 22nd, solar eclipse. Delete 1 task forever. Write 1 rule for time. Set 1 boundary you can keep even on a bad day and put them on your calendar. September 30th, Mercury cools a notch. Send the important note you drafted earlier in the month with a level head. Let's give relationships their own paragraph, because the month blends deep work with public heat, and that can stress or sweeten bonds. If you're partnered, the money talk early month isn't a test, it's a tool. Put numbers and feelings on the table with 1 goal, a calm system you both can live inside. Shared calendar, due dates, 1 fun line in the budget, 1 savings plan you care about. Keep the tone warm and specific. If you're dating, let Venus in Leo steer you toward honest intimacy rather than performance. Fewer impressive dinners, more real conversations about how you live, what you value, and what a gentle day looks like. If you're single and serious, Jupiter in your work and health zone says you may meet someone in the flow of service, learning, or well-being. Class, clinic, gym, library, volunteer project. Speak normally. Ask 1 real question. Let quiet chemistry grow. If family logistics slare, Saturn and Neptune in Pisces are your cue to be the person who turns a tense thread into a practical plan. 1 limit, 1 solution, 1 check-in date. If you're coordinating elder care or home paperwork, make a shared sheet, track daily, take 1 bite, and rest. Keep compassion central and put a frame around it. That's how you help without burning out. Health and energy are simple, and simple wins. Use the exalted moon window around September 12 through 14 to start a habit that fits on your worst day. Sunlight in the eyes early, a 10-minute walk, a 2-minute stretch after meetings, a full glass of water before coffee, lunch away from your screen. Treat it like a recurring meeting with yourself. The low moon window around September 26th, 28th is not failure. It's a dashboard light. Avoid arguments and all-nighters. If you must show up late, block recovery time on the next morning. During the solar eclipse window, treat your body like a senior team member you want to keep. Ask less at night, feed well, say thank you. Work and money move together this month. The arc is clean. Early September tells the truth about shared money and your own rate. Mid-September gives you fuel to step into leadership. Late September sets rules that make your work sustainable. If you want a raise or a new title, use September 16 to 20 for a case anchored in results and timelines. Keep it short: what you delivered, what you want, how this benefits the team, when you propose it. If you run a business, the growth lever isn't louder ads, it's cleaner delivery and clearer cash flow. Map your bottlenecks, remove one a week. If you freelance, split clients into maintenance and growth, and schedule accordingly. If you're interviewing or pitching, lead with outcomes, not adjectives. If you lead people, make the week kinder. Trim meetings, define good enough, protect focus hours, praise what moves the needle. Because September runs hot. Here are if this then that tools for fast relief. If you feel rushed to answer, I'll get back to you in an hour. Then set a timer and step away. If a proposal tightens your stomach, sleep on it. Read it again in morning light with water in hand. If your calendar explodes, draw 2 columns: moves the needle and noise. Place tasks. Act only on the left for 1 hour. If an old identity panic whispers, "Who am I to lead this?" List 3 hard things you did this year and read them out loud. If you can't sleep, hot shower, phone in another room, hand on chest, exhale longer than you inhale, lights out earlier than you think. If you want to pick a fight online, walk around the block and text gratitude to 1 real person instead. Let's name the cast so you always know who's doing what. The sun is the spotlight. Early month on shared resources, later month on beliefs and purpose. Mercury is the messenger. Hot all month. First in the vault, then in the classroom. Brilliant under pressure. Clumsy if you rush. Draft, sleep, deliver. Venus is the diplomat in your intimacy room. Softens hard talks. Warms trust. Rounds the edge off money conversations if you show your math. Mars is your engine on the big stage. Reputation and leadership. Fuel without direction burns bridges, not goals. Pair force with grace. Jupiter is the coach in work and health. Win with basics done well and kindness toward your body. Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde are your project manager and dream director in daily communications. One says structure. The other says heart. You need both. Uranus retrograde is the electrician in your joy room, rewires play so it replenishes you instead of frying your circuits. Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is the deep contract lawyer in the mirror, asks you to leave old costumes at the door and walk as your true shape. Rahu and Ketu pull the money axis. Rahu amplifies your clean voice about value. Ketu drains the drama from what's shared. Let's walk the month as a story so you can feel the steps. The curtain rises September 3rd. You can hear paperwork sizzle and inboxes click faster. You don't panic. You write short and clear. You put numbers and dates in writing, and you refuse to decide big money things when you're running on fumes. September 6th, a switch flips in your joy room. You notice you've been using fun as a shock, not a charge. You move one object, change one habit, create a small repeating pocket for play, and it sticks. September 7-8, the lunar eclipse pulls noise out of money and leaves truth. You stop apologizing for asking to be paid on time. You name your rate and your limits. You set one habit that future you will thank you for. September 13th, a single line lands about trust or money, and you see what to fix. That night, Mars climbs to the top of your chart, and your stride lengthens. You choose a project you want your name attached to by year's end. You write 3 actions. You start. September 15, Venus warms closeness, and Mercury moves your words and forms into the realm of meaning. You file what you've delayed. You talk money or boundaries with clarity and a soft tone. September 17. The Sun joins Mercury and points at the horizon, while Saturn and Neptune remind you to make daily words plain and kind. You adjust your schedule so big ideas ride on simple sentences. September 20 to 23, the lights dim. You lower inputs and rest on purpose. September 21st to 22nd, the solar eclipse installs new defaults. You delete one task forever. You write one rule for time. You set one boundary for communications or commute. And you actually put them on your calendar. The last stretch brings small wins and soft nights. September 30th, Mercury cools. You send the important note with a clear head. Now a one-page plan you can say out loud on tough mornings. I don't need to push harder. I choose cleaner. I put numbers and dates in writing. I protect one focus block and one rest block. My rate is a number, not a feeling. My home routine fuels my public work. I say less and mean it more. I delete one drain. I write one rule. I set one boundary. I keep them when I'm tired. Because Capricorn builds what lasts, let's anchor 3 pillars: voice, time, and home. Your voice. The lunar eclipse shows where you've been asking to be valued without valuing your own asks. Cure. Short sentences, direct numbers, warm tone. Your time. The solar eclipse shows where your calendar serves chaos. Cure. Rules you can keep on your worst day, written where you'll see them. Your home. Saturn and Neptune show you need both frame and feeling. Cure. Fix the hinge and light the candle. Pay the bill and play the music. Fold the blanket and put the phone to bed. None of that is dramatic. All of it is power. A word on leadership, because Mars puts you on the mic and Pluto checks your badge. Lead with clarity over charisma. Name the goal, the roles, the dates. Protect focus for yourself and your team. Trim meetings. Praise in public, coach in private. Use I can language. I can deliver this by Friday. The rest needs a new timeline. Use if-then language for scope. If scope changes, budget changes. Use one-page plans. Here's what must ship, what can wait, and what we won't trade our attention for. People exhale when you do this. That's respect. That's why your name sticks to results. A word on love, because Venus warms the deep room, and Jupiter blesses the engine room where couples actually live. If you're together, replace the big speech with the small system. Money talk Sunday afternoon. Phones in a basket at dinner. One shared workout a week. 2 dates a month that aren't about logistics. If you're dating, choose rooms where your values breathe. Bookshops, galleries, classes, quiet dinners. Less showcase, more substance. If love is loud right now, ask for comfort before you ask for solutions. Your nervous system hears kindness first. Then it can hear truth. A word on money, because September wants you honest and calm. Make a one-page map you can read in 30 seconds. What comes in, average. What goes out, baseline. What you're building, savings, debt paydown, tool. What you're done with, drains. Automate one small move on payday. Put your rate on a card near your desk. Practice saying it until your voice stops asking for permission. If a client pushes, breathe, restate value, and be willing to walk. Doors open when you carry yourself like your work matters, because it does. A word on body. You are an earth sign. Earth builds slowly and holds a lot. Make the base quiet and strong. Morning, light, water, movement, 3 slow breaths. Night, warm water, phone outside the bedroom, hand on your chest, longer exhales, lights out earlier than your habits prefer. If you get angry at night, move your body for 5 minutes before you talk. If screens trap you, stand every hour and look far away for 30 seconds. The system resets faster than you think when you treat it with respect. Let's close with an image you can carry. It's late. The inbox rests. The house is calmer because you cleared one surface, fixed one hinge, and put a lamp where it makes the room feel kind. On the table, one page with 3 lines. One rule for your time, one habit for your money, one boundary for your words. Your calendar has fewer lines. Each line means something. Tomorrow's work reflects you back without the costume you outgrew. Your yes is clean. Your no is clean. Your name sticks to results and to kindness. That's September's shape for a Capricorn. And here's your last check before we hand the baton to October. Are you speaking up about value instead of hoping to be noticed? Are you treating home routines like fuel for your public life, not leftovers? Are you protecting sleep during the eclipse window? Are you letting joy be small and daily, not rare and expensive? Are you willing to lead without performing? If your answer is, I'm trying, that's enough. The sky meets effort, not perfection. The people who matter will feel the difference in how you show up. You will feel it in your body. When you glance back at this month, you won't remember the heat of a form or the noise of a thread. You'll remember the day you set a rule that kept you steady, the night you told the truth and got closer, the moment you decided your worth was not for sale. September doesn't fade out for Capricorn. It primes the fuse. October doesn't arrive. It ignites, and you step forward with a steadier stride, not because the world calmed down, but because you did.